All right, how you doing? It is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Of course, we come to you daily with all the news, insights throughout the world of HBCU, in particular to that of the Southwestern Athletic Conference and beyond. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy22. The website is obnradio.com. And without any further ado, let us jump right into today's episode. We want to start off on a relatively good note and give a congratulations to three young men who have an opportunity to advance their baseball skills according to the MLB draft. Congratulations to Mr. Ray Hernandez of the Alabama State Hornets. He was drafted in the 29th round by the Atlanta Braves. Also, Mr. Marshawn Taylor from Grambling State University. He was drafted in the 28th round by the Arizona Diamondbacks and being drafted in the 26th round by the Los Angeles Angels. Prairie View's own Darian Williams. Congratulations to those young men for an opportunity. We know that there are going to be others to be picked up and given opportunities, but these three were immediate notice, and we are thankful to them and for the opportunity, in particular to that of Darian Williams, of course, being a PV grad myself, former baseball player, the young man who comes by way of Bryan College Station area. Been knowing him since he was a little bitty tadpole. Watched this young man grow up. There is a spiritual connection. We fellowship in the same circle of churches, so it's always important to see a young man develop like that. Great opportunity for these young men, and it should be noteworthy to keep a track on these guys to see how they advance throughout their baseball career. So once again, congratulations to those young men as they'll move forward. They're hanging up their SWAC cleats, putting on their MLB cleats. And speaking of hanging up, basketball coach Mike Davis has been officially reported to be resigning at Texas Southern to take on the Detroit Mercy basketball program. And this would be another opportunity for Mike Davis to come in, pick up the pieces, and prove himself of being a noteworthy basketball coach. Over 350 career wins for Mike Davis. Of course, his claim to fame was at Indiana, UAB, of course, the run he's had at Texas Southern. So now he'll be heading to Detroit to take care of that thing. So it kind of gives you an that's what's going on moment. Because in the beginning, if you keep up, Davis has a son who's an outstanding basketball player. He's homeschooled. And he originally had committed to U of H. Then there was a transfer of him to go to Texas Southern. And now, Pops will be taking flight to Detroit. Very interesting. Don't know if son will travel with Pop or if he'll stay at Texas Southern. But Mike Davis will be moving forward. I think it was a very good move for him to come to the SWAC. Brought a different dynamic to the SWAC. Always a good interview. Always willing to speak no matter what was going on in this particular world. And we're definitely going to wish him well. We'll keep track with him. We'll try to track him down, see if we can get him at least one more good time here at the open mic to get some thought patterns of what was going on and how did he come to the conclusion of heading to Detroit.
Hi, this is Greg Austin with the Prairie View Athletic Club. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Enjoy.
Of course, PV Nation is still in the settlement, if you will, of the dust behind the Ashley Robertson move. The restructure, at least for right now, for the athletic department has been laid out. Fred Washington will be the interim athletic director. He will be coming in. Alicia Pete will be over daily operations. And from the understanding that we have, Dwayne Lewis will be an immediate assistant to Alicia Pete until further notice of the athletic director's position. Now, when you look at this thing and you go back, and anyone familiar with Prairie View athletics know that Fred Washington is a PV alum. He was the last interim athletic director. And under his leadership, there was some positive things to happen. Football championship, baseball championships, the beginning of some basketball runs. But all that while he was the interim. So with that being said, now we've had to reverse back to 5 years. 5 years prior to the Robinson era to go back to the building blocks. Now, depending on how you look at this, that could say one or two things. Either Fred is a dynamic individual, dynamic leader, or the just recently resigned leadership did not fully prepare anyone to replace you in such an event as this. Now, once again, you can say what you want to. This is not a dog pile on the rabbit moment. It's just a clear, obvious factor. Leadership is always building their replacement. And I'm not seeing that in the case at where we are right now. Not saying that the potential athletic director couldn't come from within. But when you see how things are being laid out right now, we're literally back in 2013. 5 years ago. So, once again, my cry is this. If we're going to do this thing right, and this is the opportunity to do it right, let us get a full-fledged search to get the best person qualified to do the job. And let me say this, and I'll go on record for saying this. I would love for a PV person to end in that position, but not by default. I want the best person available, PV related or not, that understands fundraising. I'm not talking about fundraising and guaranteed games. That's a part of fundraising, but fundraising and community connected outreach. That is going to be essential. There are enough businesses within the Waller County community that there should be some type of better corporate relationship between the only university within a 50-mile radius that provides D1 level athletics. Golden nest eggs laying on the ground. And I truly, truly think if we're going to do this thing right, let's start with a thorough search. Yes, everybody has people that comes to their mind who they think would be a good fit. And that, by all means, put that person in the pot. But let's not be so locked in and honed in on that person that we miss a great opportunity to get the right person to take this program to the next level. That's all I'm asking. That's no knock on the regime that's here. That's no knock on the regime that has moved forward. But let's be real, PV Nation. The thing about leadership is you always position yourself, and you should have someone within your immediate reach that could step in and fill your shoes in the event of sickness, in the event of death, in the event of moving on to another job. That's just common practice. So I hope we focus in. I told you about the 48-hour window to get things out of your system, and we're very, very close to that. So keep pushing, PV Nation. Keep pushing. It's almost done. Let's continue to move forward. Let's continue to stay on the grind. And let's continue to root for PV Nation. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you all so much for your joining in. Thank you for the passing of the network. Thank you for all of the encouragements. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy 22. The website, obnradio.com, in the Prairie View community area. You can listen at 87.9 FM. And if you happen to be outside the listening zone, simply dial 605-477-5066. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.